miles of tunnels within the dam. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Before we continue, are there any questions from the first two stops along our tour route? Sir?
What is the determinant on when you have the power generators on and off? Is it because they're fixing one now, or can you operate all of the generators without that one in mind?
It's all based on demand. It's all based on demand. So keep in mind, you have the Nevada wing, you have the Arizona wing. The two wings together is one power plant. So there's two generators running on now, and there may be 3 or 4 running on that side, which is meeting the need for Southern California, Arizona, and Nevada. So when there's a need for more power, they'll turn on more of the generators, which would suffice the requirement.
This might be a stupid question, but is there a storage of the energy? Is it only like as it?
It's instantly produced.
Okay.
The only thing that's stored here is the water.
Okay.
The electricity is instantly produced, then it just travels throughout the southwest sector of the United States. Yeah. Any questions? Okay, here it is. So we're in the power plant. The power plant was completed in 1936. The purpose of the power plant is to provide electricity again for Southern California. Now, where's the dam? The dam is right here. There you go. So don't look no further. The dam is right here. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to walk through this tunnel, and when we get to the end, we will get to a small elevator. Then I have to split the group in half. The first 15 will come up with me. The second 15 will come up with Catherine. Then we'll make our way up to the tour route. Okay? We're good?
We're good.
Oh, okay, ladies, you ready? Okay, here we go. Lead the group down the tunnel. When you get towards the end, stop in front of the mirror on the right hand side. Okay, you're going into the dam. Take all the damn pictures you want. There we go.
Good. I get it. I get it. Like down, like the down. I get it.
It's so smooth.
Feels like a bathroom wall.
Work here if you're claustrophobic.
Probably not.
If you're claustrophobic, you would probably be like dead by now. I don't know how claustrophobia works actually. But let's keep going. It's pretty cool.
But I think that's why. It's not very
Okay, here we go. As I shared with you, when we stand on the balcony, I mentioned 450 feet beyond that wall is the reservoir. We have walked 300 of that 450 feet, and there's still another 150 to go for the reservoir. We are inside the dam. We are surrounded around 4.6 million cubic yards of concrete. 4.6 million cubic yards of concrete. So every 72 hours, an additional layer was poured to complete the dam in 1935. This tunnel, the missus asked about the tunnel. So this tunnel was part of the preparing or formed. It was formed as part of the makeup of the dam. There's 8 miles of tunnels within, not 8 miles, 2 miles of tunnels within the dam. You have this tunnel here, there's another one on the Arizona side, and the tunnels above us. 2 miles of tunnels. This porcelain tile, handcrafted, individually put in place from the 1930s, 1936, 1937. The first tour, April 1st, 1937, which began on the top of the dam. Since 1937, over 60 million people have taken the tour. And all the tours traveled through this route here until 1995. That visitor center you enter today, it was completed in 1995. Okay, so let me point out something quickly. I saw this gentleman here is interested in the Transformers, right? Yeah. Okay, so recall the scene when Billy met up with Sector 7, right? And when he got to the dam, he was running through a porcelain tunnel. This tunnel looks familiar? Go back and look at it. Just tell you, look. Then when he finally met up with Megatron, after he ran through the tunnel, he met up with Megatron, and that's where the cube was at. But all of that was filmed on the Arizona side. Look at this tunnel again, take a picture of it. Then when you watch it again, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. 29. Okay, ladies. The first 14, 15 or so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we can stop.
Stop squishing when you in the corner.
Would you mind if I stand against the wall to balance better?
Okay, our elevation where we stand 705 feet above sea level. And now we're going up to the 975 mark. And that's where the tour route is located. Now the elevation, 705, that's how the dam is basically measured based on that elevation. The dam is 726 feet high, but again, it's the elevation that's paramount here. So are there any questions on our way up to the tour route? Okay.
Is the amount of pressure against the dam wall measured at all, like from the force of the water that it holds?
Mm-hmm. At the base, 29,000 pounds per square foot of pressure. Yeah. Now that's at the base.
Oh, yeah.
Right now it's kind of low. So the level of the reservoir, 1,055 feet. Acre feet, that is. So again, when you go to the top of the dam, look forward, you'll see the reservoir. Then you see that discoloration where it stops at the max pool, 1,229 feet. That difference is 173 feet. Then you have that 1055. Okay, so here's the story. Come on out, sir. Make a right, make a couple of rights. Come on out, everyone. Go down to the end, take your fingers to the right side. There you go, snap and go. I'm not a coach. I'm just a guy. I'm a hell of a guy.
My good grub. Watch out for the blocks right there. That looks scary.
Yeah, but they look so little.
So it looks like, oh, good grub. So slippery. There you go. Oh. Don't slip. Don't slip or you'll bit your lip. Don't slip so you don't bit your lip. Careful, y'all.
I know. It's very exciting.
I guess it's Alcatraz water. That is crazy. Don't slip or you get your lip. Go. Careful, y'all. It's pretty slippery. I don't know if they waxed this or not, but they probably did. I'm gonna say they did. Okay, looking down that was pretty scary. It's terrifying, honestly, like that gate down there. Because it's like a never-ending hole. Scary.
Let's not, it's a ventilation shaft. And it's part of the inspection gallery.
That tunnel in the middle that drops down.
How far down?
75 feet.
At the bottom of that?
No.
Caleb's
Oh, okay.
I'm recording. Recording.
Can you slide over here, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's the wall.
Oh, okay, ladies, here we go. Here we go. Okay, everyone, come on out the elevator. Go down to the end. Take your photos, come right back. Snap and go. Snap and go. Go down to the end, take your photos, come right back. Snap and go. Here we go. Go down to the end, take your photos, come right back. Snap and go. Okay. While we wait for that other half of the group to come back, over 100 movies, TV shows, and commercials were filmed here at the Hoover Dam. Can you think of any movies you watched that included the Hoover Dam?
No.
Vegas vacation.
Vegas Vacation, that is correct.
I don't
Vegas,
know.
Vegas Vacation, what did you say?
Being the same Transformers.
It was. No, it was true. The first Transformers was filmed here on the Arizona side. That's how I was sharing with the young man, because it looked like he has this thing with the Transformers. Vegas Vacation Transformers. The Fugitive was not. That was filmed. Who's from Carolina? Who's from the Carolinas?
How about some of the space movies?
Which one?
I don't know.
First Man. Are you talking about space?
Okay.
First Man, no.
It looks like the kind of thing that would happen on a space shuttle.
George Clooney.
Not First Man.
Solaris. That was in that movie with George Clooney. So, Leaving Las Vegas.
The Fugitive?
No, The Fugitive was not.
It wasn't?
No. Are you from the Carolinas? Okay, slide down a little bit more. So, yeah. Right. So, Leaving Las Vegas, Elvis Presley. Leaving Las Vegas, Nicolas Cage. Fools Rush In. That was some of the popular movies that was filmed here. Okay.
Fingers?
Swingers.
Yeah.
No, I see that one.
Oh, great. That's a great one.
It is? I'm gonna have to look that one up. Okay. So we are standing in the dam. As I shared, the porcelain tile, you don't see it anymore. You just see the bare walls of the interior of this dam. Again, 4.6 million cubic yards of concrete. So now, the story is this. It took the surveyors 22 years to find the ideal location to place the dam. 22 years. Out of that span, there were 7 different sites they surveyed, but they selected this site for numerous reasons. Number one, with the narrow canyon, it was cost effective to build a dam here because it required less concrete. It provided a larger reservoir. When full, the reservoir holds 30 million acre-feet of water. 30 million acre-feet of water, right? It was closer to reach the bedrock here at this area, and also the canyon walls. It was fragile enough for them to create the 4 diversion tunnels. Most important, logistically, it was closer to the rail lines at this location compared to any other site. It was the job of the 6 companies, one of the firms of the 6 companies, to extend the rail lines from the main tracks to this area so they could receive the resources to build a dam. Every state in the United States provided some type of resources to build a dam. Resource or sources to build the dam. So that's why we have this particular site. Okay, so now Hoover Dam is a monolithic structure. Monolithic, meaning what is one big massive unit made up of 525 individual concrete blocks. The concrete blocks are interlocked together like Legos. We're familiar with Legos, right?
Yeah.
They're interlocked together. In between the blocks, they sealed it with grout, cement, sand, and water. Putting the grout between the blocks prevents the water from seeping through the walls of the dam. Oh, okay. So now building the dam is this. You have this arch gravity dam. Why was the dam prepared in an arch?
The force of the water.
That's the gravity. Stronger, and also with the arch, it forces the water against the canyon wall.
Yeah.
That is correct. Okay, so you have this arch gravity dam. and building of the dam is this. As you probably saw in the video, when they poured the concrete was poured at 5 feet lifts. 72 hours in between pours until they reached the top of the dam. The life expectancy of the dam is anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 years. And what made that possible? Well, with the mixture of the concrete was mixed here on site. They had 2 types of cement plants, a high plant and a low plant. The low plant covered up to about 426 feet of the base of the dam. What makes the difference between the 2 mixtures of the concrete is the aggregate. Bigger stones, it was denser at the base of the dam. And the higher portion, you don't need as much of aggregate in the mixture of the concrete. Okay, so that's first. Second, the cooling of the concrete. That was vital, the cooling of the concrete. A refrigeration plant was used until 1935. The purpose of the refrigeration plant was to cool the concrete. So let's go back to our wood forms. You have your wood forms. Then prior to pouring of the concrete, they laid down 582 miles of 1-inch diameter steel pipes that was placed inside of those wood forms. Then they poured the concrete surrounding those pipes. The purpose of the cooling plant was to cool the concrete to slow down the curing process. That refrigeration plant was used until 1935. 1935, prior to removal of that refrigeration plant, they filled the pipes with grout, cement, sand, and water. Filling the interior of the pipes prevent the pipes from crushing under the compression of the dam. The 28-day compression, 3,400 pounds per square inch of pressure. Okay, and so now, building the dam is like baking a cake. On analogy. So here's the question. Where's the hottest part of the cake?
The center?
The outside.
The
outside?
No, somebody said the center.
Outside.
Huh?
The rim around the outside.
No, ma'am.
No?
The center. So here, they want to make sure they was able to cool the center of the dam. That's why they use a refrigeration plant. Without using that refrigeration plant, it would have taken 100 years for the dam to cure. However, it would have began crumbling. Back to the cake. What happens if you cut a cake before it cools?
They'll crumble.
It starts collapsing. So without that refrigeration plant, the dam would have been collapsing. Within the 100-year time frame, we're in the year 88 now. Okay, so they thought of everything imaginable for this unit to last for anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 years. And the concrete is still curing, believe it or not. It is still curing.
No way.
Yes, it's still curing. Once concrete loses its strength, then it begins disintegrating and starts falling apart. Yeah. Okay, so again, as I explained to you how the dam was prepared, but again, let me point this out before we move forward. This is a wood form structure. When you look at the walls, what do you see?
Steel pipes.
See the wood burn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What do you see there, sir?
That's so cool.
The wood, it's a wood form structure. We see Hoover Dam as this big, massive concrete structure, but how did it get this way? It was the wood forms. It was the wood forms that was used from 1933 to 1935. Again, every 72 hours, they added another layer moving up to the top of the dam until they reached that 726 mark. The dam itself, as you read and you heard, over 5,000 workers to work on the dam, but the whole complex, 21,000 workers. Diversion tunnels, 1931 to 1933. Dam, 1933 to 1935. Power plant, 1936. 21,000 workers. $4 a day, 50 cents an hour, and off 2 days a year. Which 2 days were those?
Christmas and Easter.
I heard it back there.
Christmas and Easter?
4th of July. 4th of July. Yeah. So again, this is a brutal task during the Great Depression, 1929 to 1935. So yes, it was pretty brutal.
When you talk about like the ultimate cost of the dam, does that include all of this surrounding like infrastructure and roads and like railroads, everything that like went into like having to get materials here as well?
$98 million. But that's Great Depression 19.
Yeah.
So now Google it today, it'll probably tell you $600 million.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, let me since I have a mixed audience, let me share this with you. Okay. No blacks worked on the dam. Did you know that? No. No blacks. Just white males and no women. So the women had to do the clerical. So in 1933, then they allowed minorities to work on the dam, but no more than 36 at a time. No more than 36 at a time. And the jobs that people of color had were in the quarries, in the doo-doo jobs, the less prestige jobs. Yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that, you know, because that's the way it was. Because I'm pretty sure you guys know that, you know, but I just put it out there. That's the facts of life. Yeah. Okay, cool. Any other questions? Okay, let's walk through the inspection gallery and get you out of here. Yeah, so you can enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, sir. Here we go.
So the curing process of the concrete is just like a cake and out. The curing process is of the concrete is like a cake. I don't think I'll be eating this kind of cake ever. Let's see. Just realized it's curving.
Spot right here. Miss, just find a spot right over here. There you go. Relax, just find a spot against the wall. On this side, sir, please. No, on the other side. Please. No, please. Yeah, there you go.
Smells like an open
Oh, okay,
sewer.
here we go. Like I said, 2 miles of tunnels within the dam, and we are walking through the inspection gallery, as they called it. So from the mid-1930s to the early 1950s, the workers will walk these tunnels. Imagine, if you will, 4.6 million cubic yards of concrete, just the stench of that much concrete, and you had to walk through these tunnels on a daily basis. What are you looking for? You're inspecting interior for basically cracks. You're looking for cracks, and if the workers happen to come across a crack, they would annotate it with a measurement and a date, 0.01 of an inch. Very, very small, but with the contraction of the dam, these smaller cracks will turn into larger cracks. And that was the worry, that was the concern when the dam was completed, about the cracks in the interior. Okay, so if they happen to come across a finding, it's annotated with measurement and date, 0.01 of an inch, 7/23/1940, April 1938, February 1943, November 1934, June 1941. There's hundreds and thousands of these findings within the 2 miles of tunnels. Now, how were they able to keep track of these findings? Well, what you see here on the wall are position markers. 0 plus 30, 0 plus 40, 0 plus 50, 0 plus 20, 0 plus 10. These position markers coincide with the identification of the blocks, and the blocks are identified with a letter. What's your name, sir?
Alan.
Okay, Alan. So Alan and his team will walk through these tunnels, and to re-examine the area, he would go to 010, 020, 030, N50, N40, N30. That's how they were able to keep track of these findings and continuing this monitoring up until the early 1950s. Okay? So now you see this white substance on the wall? This is calcium. This is the mineral extract that's from the rainwaters that occurred throughout the years, and it just seeped out. And so it's not from the reservoir. The reservoir is to your back about 150 feet. Forward is the face of the dam, 100 feet. So the engineers alluded this to just the water that just happened to seep through the blocks. And now back to the refrigeration plant, which was a vital instrument. And you see these little divots along the wall? And that's where the pipes are located for the refrigeration plant. Let me find, if I can find one, then you'll find others. There you go. So again, as I shared, they fill the pipes with grout, cement, sand, and water, and that prevents the pipes from crushing under the compression of the dam. Are there any questions? Let's walk to the other end and talk about earthquakes. Here we go.
It's still wet. There's like you can tell it's seeping through.
Okay, so I was mentioning cracks. Now this one here is just the natural spacing between the blocks. The blocks on this level about 50 feet long, so this is just a natural separation between the two blocks. Okay, so again, like I said, the blocks are interlocked together. In between the blocks, they fill it with grout. Now we're standing in the northwest corner of the dam. And what we're gonna do is continue walking down this walkway here, and I'm gonna show you some steps. 717 steps, 300 going up, 417 going down. Anywhere from a 55 to a 35-degree angle. And the workers will walk these steps to inspect the interior of the dam, especially here at this point where the reservoir is 50 feet beyond this wall. 50 feet beyond this wall. So in the 1930s, this inspection was vital. So they used the steps to take care of that. Then also the steps are used for an access point if the elevators stops working today. But the elevators are working, so we don't have to worry. Okay. So now when you make this right-hand turn, you'll see this little box, and someone will ask me, what's the story with this box? Well, it says here, caution, do not touch a kick earthquake sensor. There's an earthquake sensor here that's attached to an earthquake accelegraph data cable. So let me ask you this, what major event occurred in the early 1900s that may have warned the engineers to put a seismograph machine in the dam?
Was it the San Francisco earthquake in 1908?
That is correct, demolish the entire city. 20 years later, you're building a dam, and guess what's on your mind? Earthquakes, yes sir, that is correct. That is correct. In this area, there's a lot of minor fault lines, but nothing major. San Andreas is about 250 miles west from here. Yeah, okay, so this was gonna happen, miss. Go down to the end, look up, look down, ooh and ah, take your photos, make a U-turn, and come back.
You just like give warning and then you're kind of afraid?
Well, it goes down to the control room, then they'll sound an alarm, or then we pray.
Okay.
Then we pray. It's 17 steps. I have not, but my coworkers have.
Back.
Yeah, they told me, I found out,
All right.
what is it now? They took them an hour and a half to 2 hours to walk these steps.
Hold on, folks.
Bottom of the damn base.
Walk up all the way.
And over it increased from the top. That's the sea base from the house. Yeah. Engineering model from the 1930s. Hoover Dam is not the largest dam in the United States nor in the world. Hoover Dam is the benchmark for all the other dams.
It's like never ending.
Over 5,000 large-scale dams that was completed throughout the United States. From the 1930s to the early 1960s, that was a large-scale dam era, where a lot of the dams throughout the United States and around the world were created. Okay, miss, let's go down to Catherine. She's gonna get you out of here. Okay, she's waiting for you, and she's gonna get you out of here. You can go down there. You good? Okay, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, which, oh, okay. 14.
Right? Bacteria from
I was gonna say, well, this is a little anti-human. You're touching a lot of them.
That's what they knew where San Andreas was, but they didn't know about,
I'm pretty sure the San Andreas fault created Alcatraz.
But they knew about San Andreas, because it just wiped out that part.
I think the San Andreas fault created Alcatraz.
Where are you from? South Carolina, there you go. Where are you from? Yes, sir. But I've been out here for 16 years. Okay. Okay, miss, there you go. You caught up to us. There you go. That's 15. Okay, everyone, thank you for coming. Have a good day. Make sure Catherine's going to take care of you from this point. She got a lot of information for you. Take care. Stay
Thank
hydrated,
you.
drink your water. Eat your vegetables. Take your
My
vitamins.
Alcatraz water.
There you
Yeah,
go.
my Alcatraz water.
Bye, Preston.
Okay, take care.
Okay, so did everyone have a chance to do the visitor center before the tour?
Yes, ma'am.
The exhibits and everything?
Yep.
Okay, so when we get up to the top and I let you out, if you go to your right, you can walk across the dam into Arizona. If you go to your left, that takes you back towards the parking garage. Also, our original exhibit building is open today. It's across the street next to the wooden statues where they're doing all that construction. They have a 10-minute presentation, a model that was built back in the 1940s in the Colorado River Basin. If you want to check that out while you're here, when you open the door, just show them that wristband, okay?
4-6, going down.
All right. Come on out. Thanks for coming.
I went right, actually.
Why?
You don't want to do the Arizona side?
Oh, why, you hate Arizona?
Well, hang on, let me let the elevator go back to Preston and all that. Hang on one second. I'll be right back. They built Boulder City to house the workers,
Okay.
but they also, because some of the people before they started.
Isn't this the way we go back to the visitor center? Didn't she say turn right?
I don't know.
But yeah, because some of them came here before they started on the campus. But Boulder City is the town that they built to house the workers. You had a regular tent, like a high class. They called it ragtime. Yeah. So that kind of says everything you need to know. So the visitor center's that way, but that's the building that you guys put in. Right over there. Are you parking garage?
I was told if you pour water right there from the Hoover Dam, it'll go back up. I heard if you pour water from here on the Hoover Dam, it would go up.
That one? That's where they have the model. Yeah, that's where they have the model right over there. You can go in that building. Okay, did you go back to the visitor center?